Runs, sixes, centuries, thrilling moments, runouts. It was a T20 World Cup that had it all as India and England put on a show here at the Wankhede Stadium. But as it has to be the case, there is only one team left standing, and that is the defending champions. The Surya Kumar led side has finally entered the T20 World Cup final, and they will face Ahmedabad in the Summit Clash on Sunday in Motera New Ground. Before getting into what to expect, let's break down what happened in a sensational T20 World Cup final. It is going, though it was a run fest, 250 runs, more than close to 500 runs were scored, but it was an epic T20 final, and there is a lot to break down in this particular contest. Of course, to start with, it has to be about Sanju Samson. Samson has been big part of Indian cricket without not getting to play as much over the last decade. Every time there is an opportunity, every time there is a spot that opens, Samson has been in the conversation without getting a chance to do so. And even when he has gotten the chance, it's been a bit of up and down. He has not been consistent. There have been questions about his game against high pace, even coming into this World Cup. He tried it too hard against the New Zealand series, as he would admit later. But he came back, he got a chance against the Zimbabwe game. He then get the important validation he needed for himself with that 97 in Kolkata. But this knock here, 42 ball 89 against England in a T20 World Cup semi-final at Wankhede, elevated him to the stuff of legends. This is no exaggeration, this is no mean feat. He came into bat, opening the batting with Abhishek Sharma. After being put into the field, there is a lot of due factor. Toss plays a crucial role here at Wankhede. Putting it all in account, Samson went off very early on against Archer. He did get a life against Jofra Archer, but the moment he has had a lot of unlucky times in the past. He missed out on the T20 World Cup final in the last edition where he was expected to play, and then Rohit went and explained to him. He has missed a lot of moment in the past, but this was not a moment he was going to miss on. The moment he got the drop catch of Harry Brook off Jofra Archer's bowling, he knew this was going to be his day, and he made sure of it as well. From cover point to third man to mid wicket to straight, anywhere they bowled, if it was in the zone, if it was in the arc, Samson took the bowlers on. Nobody was spared. He was the aggressor in the innings. It was not like West Indies game where the target was set and he had to stay through course and finish off the game. Here, his job is to set the tone, take India to a position where they cannot lose, and that is what he tried to do. And some of the shots were ridiculous, to say the least. Like he stood back and swatted Jofra Archer and Jamie Overton into the stands of deep mid wicket and even down the ground. Like one of the pull shots landed right next to the Sachin Tendulkar statue here at the Sachin Tendulkar stand, and that was in the third tier. And then there was the very same over. He stayed back and cut one very late in the next over of Adil Rashid, and that was a shot that got a nod of awe from Rohit Sharma, who was in the stands. And look at the players who were in the stands. Rohit Sharma was in the stands, KL Rahul, MS Dhoni was in the stands, and all these players in this venue have been there before, have done it before. Like remember the legendary cut shot that MS Dhoni played in the 2011 World Cup final against Malinga. Sanju replicated that as well. There was not a thing that he did not do with the bat. His knock, he lasted 12-13 overs, but by the time he got out, India were already 160. His job on the day with the bat was done, and if there was any doubt about it at all, the walk back once he got out, trying to take on Will Jacks, said it all. In Kolkata, he broke down to his knees, he was emotional, he was reflecting a lot. Here, he had to take a long walk back to the pavilion. He was raising his bat to a standing ovation at Wankhede. And this is where it gets better. This is where it gets iconic. This stadium, with rich history, with all the historic moments in Indian cricket, has the iconic stairs to the pavilion where you have seen Sachin Tendulkar's final test match, MS Dhoni walking up, whether it is IPL or the 2011 World Cup final, or even Virat Kohli during the test matches, even Rohit Sharma during IPL. You have seen the fans trailing through the steel barricading they have in the lower stands of the MCA President's Lounge, and they want to get a glimpse of their hero. They want to get a glimpse of the legend who is just walking past the stands. Sorry, the light just went away, but it doesn't matter. Sanju Samson was there, taking a slow steps up the stairs, with the fans leaning onto the railing, trying to get a glimpse of him, trying to take a picture of him, trying to congratulate him. and he soaked it all in. He came back for the press conference as well, but before that, there was England gave India a scare and ran for the money as well. 254 runs to win, but England started off aggressively. They lost 3 wickets in the power play, but did not give it away. Jasprit Bumrah played an innings of his life, 22 years old, mind you, and he has centuries in all 3 formats internationally, but yet to score 1 domestically. That's how good he is. That's why England have fast-tracked him, and he played a calculated counter-attack knock. Every spinner was taken on. Varun Chakravarti went for 60 plus runs. Arshdeep went for 35 runs. He was rattled. He bowled a lot of wides, and then there was Axar Patel, who went for a lot of runs, but he did make up for it with 2 sensational catches. First to dismiss Harry Brook, a running behind catch, diving down and in the cover, and then there was a even important catch. Will Jacks, who was won 4 player of the matches, building a partnership with Jasprit Bumrah of this time Hardik Pandya, and then he ran along the deep Arshdeep Singh, and he ran along the boundary rope to take the catch. He was falling over the boundary rope. He threw it back to Shivam Dubey, who gets the credit for the catch, by the way. But Axar made sure he gave it all to ensure he gets to play a T20 World Cup game in Ahmedabad. The last 2 matches India played in Ahmedabad, Axar did not get a game, and he's the vice captain. He's from Gujarat, Nadiad, not Ahmedabad, but that is his home ground. It is as good as it gets, and he's going to be there come March 8 when India takes on New Zealand, and he's going to be there come March 8 when India takes on New Zealand in the final. You talk about defending, you talk about chasing, you talk about defending, keeping England that 7-run margin short of it. It was possible because of one man and one man alone, Jasprit Bumrah. 2 years ago, Virat Kohli in this very stadium came back. They had a felicitation after winning the World Cup in Barbados. Kohli called him the national treasure, and Bumrah once again proved it why he's been operating at a little over 6 economy, has taken 10 wickets in this World Cup, and he came back here, bowled 6 Yorkers on the trot, and 2 overs to go. With 2 overs to go, he was not bowling the 19th over, he was not bowling the 20th over, he's bowling the 18th over and nailed 6 Yorkers to keep the equation to 39 of 2 overs. That's where the game was changed. India bowled out Arshdeep and Bumrah by the time 18th over came. They knew if they kept it for long, if other bowlers came on early, they're going to be taken on. So they tried to take the game as deep as possible. It was going to be a matter of nerves. It was going to be a matter of which team has Jasprit Bumrah. And India, as Sanju said, is very, very lucky to have Bumrah, and he once again showed why. With a sensational death over bowling. And he has played 7 games in this World Cup, has 10 wickets to show for, but he has operated at 6.6 economy. And we have to remember something here. He has bowled only 24 overs, which means essentially he has not bowled a full quota of 4 overs, which would probably take him over the leading wicket taker. He could have gone into the final as the leading wicket taker, but it doesn't matter in the end of the day. What matters is India getting to the final and whether they get their hands on the trophy or not. Throughout this World Cup, India have chased the one perfect game, the one game where everything goes their way. The Zimbabwe game came close, the West Indies game was better. This game, under pressure, is as good as it gets. The packed Wankhede Stadium cheered on, egged on after 10 p.m. There was no speakers after 10 p.m. in the stadium, and they kept the crowd going, they kept the mood alive, they kept the team alive, and now they were standing alight and celebrating. And when the final run out, Jasprit Bumrah came close. As we said earlier, England needed 30 runs in the last 6 balls. Shivam Dubey bowling his first over of the match, and the second ball Jasprit Bumrah was run out, and that was game set done. That was the match sealed for India, and from there on it was just a matter of formality, and 5 overs got over. India beat England by 7 runs. A semi-final that completely lived up to the height, unlike the one-sided semi-final in the past, and the one-sided semi-final even in Kolkata, where it got over very, very early. This was a fair. This will be a match that will be remembered for ages, and India will be really happy that they held the nerve. They experienced this before going into the final, where the weight of defending the World Cup in front of 1 lakh people against New Zealand is going to be on them. Will they be able to do it? Will Surya Kumar be able to win the World Cup in his first World Cup as captain? Will India become the first team to defend their T20 World Cup title? We will have to wait and watch. My colleague Swarup Swaminathan will be in Ahmedabad bringing you all the updates. But till then, do stay tuned to the New Indian Express YouTube, socials, as well as our websites, our features, analysis, everything is out. Please stay tuned to our New Indian Express channels. For now, and for this World Cup, this is Gomesh signing off. It's been an incredible tournament so far. Thank you so much for watching.